It was a Group 1 day on Sunday at Sharteen. I'll be looking back at the action of that very shortly. But today on Racing to Win, we're looking ahead to Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 9 races on the programme as well, going through each and every one of them. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Please say I'm joined by our former analyst in Paul Lally and race caller Mark McNamara as well. And Mark, some good action, some interesting first starters as well through the programme.
There's a stack of them, Andrew. Hello to you and everybody. And some have trialled well, some haven't. So it's pretty much a mixed bag for the first starters making their debut. My actually beat Winner Method in his trial, so that's certainly been franked with his debut win on Sunday.
It certainly was, yeah. Paul, as far as jackpots are concerned, or any potential short price favourites, what are we looking at?
There's no jackpots, and look, it's quite even fields, I think, throughout the card. So I don't think there's anything that sort of stands out at a short price at this stage. Or the punters might have their word and change that later on. But no, at this stage, it looks like it's quite really good even fields.
All right, OK. Again, we'll get stuck into that in due course. First, though, let's look back on the weekend. There was 2 Group 1s, the Stewards Cup, Centenary Sprint Cup. Of course, it was the first leg of the 4-year-old series as well. We can look back on that in our racing review. First up then, we'll have a look at Golden 60 in the Stewards Cup. And Mark wasn't quite as straightforward as maybe we thought going into the race. He was a little bit keen in the early stages as well, but he still won. He did.
The tempo was so slow. The sectionals for his last 200 metres were off the charts, but Zach had done everything to try and pinch the race with Car Ying Star. Southern Legend is an ear-grouse horse. Any other race with the speed they'd gone, Paul, he wins that Southern Legend. But unfortunately for him, he's bumped into a freak called Golden 60. Yeah. Going forward, there is some concern that he was pulling in the run off that slow tempo, especially over further distances.
Yeah, no, definitely. And look, but he just finds a way to win, doesn't he? And he just did it once again in a great way. He can't take anything away from Southern Legend.
Yeah, a lot of credit goes to him. Rise High was returning. I thought he was good. More than this wasn't the worst either. His first run for a long time. And White Cuckoo, possibly a little bit unlucky. Here's Hot King Prawn, though, Mark, gets the Group 1.
He does. It was a long time coming. He was given a perfect trip by Joe, who was pretty animated after line 2, Paul. But if he didn't win that Group 1 with the run that he had, he probably never would have won one.
No, that was definitely his chance, wasn't he? And he took it and won really nicely. So well done to the connections there of Hot King Prawn. I thought a really good run from Regency Legend, though. He hadn't seen him off the track for well over a year. Comes it back out and runs really nicely. Hit the line strongly. And Big Party was a good run from him as well.
It certainly was. The 4-year-olds are out, though, as well, Mark. And it was excellent proposal. Picked himself up. Technical knockout for him, basically, last time out. But back at level weights, he was too good under Blakeshire.
He was, and there's Blake, pretty animated as you'd expect. And he gets that feature win now in Hong Kong, and he's one of the horses coming out of the race. Excellent proposal that is going to look like he will like further distance. A number of the more favoured runners maybe not. Tourbillon Diamond in defeat. His run was excellent, as was Lucky Express and the John Size Quinella, Paul.
Yeah, it was good. Decent Quinella too for the John Size horses. I said to Andrew, well, maybe the Derby pitch will be a bit clearer after the race. I don't think it is. It's a bit muddy, if anything, now.
Yeah, well, Golden 60 and Hot King Prawn unmoved on their ratings, but Lucky Patch got 9. Slight Success won again, Mark. He's 3 from 3 now. And Winner Method, you mentioned him before, he got 9 as well.
He did. He's up to 61 Winner Method, 81 for Sight Success. Assimilated an upset winner at somewhat, goes to 91. Master Hero and Pakistan Friend down the bottom, 2 up 5 and 7 respectively.
All right, well, those are the big winners on the day. We'll see if we can find some more now with our horses to follow. Paul, then, as always, you go first. Your pick from the weekend's action?
Yeah, so it was the first starter here in Hong Kong, a horse called Flagship Glory. Now, he has got a Derby nomination, Flagship Glory. He looks really good here, I thought, in his debut run. He finished off really strongly in 3rd. This was over the 1,400 metres. The extra distance doesn't look like it's going to be a problem for him whatsoever, and he hit the line strongly. So, if anything, he's probably come into Derby calculations. We'll keep an eye on him because it's only his first start here. But as he starts progressing, I think there's going to be a win from him very closely. And it wasn't too much in it at all.
Sea of Life winning the race, going back to back. And he did Flagship Glory win at Bath in the UK. They get rattling fast ground there at Bath, so that should stand him in good stead here. Mark, we're going back to Happy Valley for you.
We are a first starter, another first starter in Hong Kong called Charity Fun, who was last nearly all of the way and going out of the straight the first time. He was 4 lengths last, and you can see Karras hard at work on him in those purple, yellow and blue colours of the Charity barn. But like the way he finishes his last furlong or so here, Wealthy Delights in front, Sunny Star, Naboo Star, here he comes, wanting to hang in a little bit under pressure too, but he's made up many, many lengths for his first run, and I think he'll go on with the job from that.
All right, yeah, he got a few people's eye, I'm sure. Back to Shartin for me, another first starter, having his first Hong Kong start as well, When You Believe. Now, 3 wide pretty much the trip. That horse in front in the maroon and white, that's Sight's Success, who's won 3 on the bounce, just got a 9-point hike as well. This was his first start here in Hong Kong, so he's 3 wide the trip. He sticks on, I think, quite well for 5th place. Will Clarkin trained him in Australia. Rocca Berserano was his name, or something to that effect. And he won his first 3 races at Morphettville, 1,000, 11 and 1,200 metres, then one at Flemington down the straight as well. So just the fact he's stuck on there, only just beaten for 4th place. I think hopefully he's hit the ground running and we can get a quick return on him as well. When You Believe then out of the last race on the weekend. All right, those are the horses to follow as far as the suspensions and fines are concerned. We're going back to Happy Valley, in actual fact, last week. Antoine Hamlin and Matthew Poon both picked up a couple of days there, the 10th and the 6th, respectively. Right, I think that just brings us about up to date as far as looking back is concerned. Now we start looking forward to meeting number 41 of the season. 9 races again. We're on the C+3 course. That's as wide as it gets. Class 5 of the 200 metres is where we start. First 2 races are Class 5s. Noble Man, Fantastic Fabio, Tiger Glare, all drop in class. Vital Spring, 3rd last time out from a wide gate, gets barrier 3 this time round. Great Harvest, Dead Heated, last time out from a wide gate, gets barrier 9 this time. Speedy Optimist was who he shared the prize with. Whose horse should roll forward from barrier number 8 and down to Show Mission, who's gone 1650 down to 1,000, back up to 1,200 metres here. Vital Spring and Whose Horse, maybe one of the pace angles, Mark, have been up at Jungfrau in the last month.
And he's had a trial. Whose Horse at Happy Valley went forward in that trial and he's expected here to be about midfield. Alloy Star's going to lead. Great Sun outside of him. Noble Man on the class drop. Tinkerbell's going to have to work out their 3 wide, which won't be ideal for her. Fantastic Fabio from a wide draw might be able to take advantage of that. Get some cover from Great Harvest, Vital Spring, Tiger Glare, Show Mission and Well Dragon. He'll be looking for that hot pace to bring him into the race at the end.
Fantastic Fabio, the first one we'll look at. He's been downgraded, this horse. Always got to keep an eye on the Dennis Yip and Zach Purden combination. When they team in, they've got a really good strike rate. And the horse is going nicely once again here, so he stretches out well. It's just got this wide draw to overcome. Alloy Star, didn't think his work was too bad as well. Alloy Star, he stretches out nicely enough in this piece. He's only done one really good run when he ran 2nd. But there was ability on that day. We'll see if he can improve. And Tiger Lad was pushed out here. You can see quite a quick time and then sort of eased up at the line. But prior to this, he was really pushed out and it was a nice piece from Tiger Lad. And Joe Moreira will jump aboard him.
He certainly will. We'll have a look at Tiger Lad in action in a moment or so. We'll start off, though, Mark, with Noble Man. Now, this is Class 4, this replay we're looking at, behind Colonel, where he finishes 5th. So gets the class drop and barrier 7 to go with it.
He does. He mixes his form a little bit, Andrew, and he's drawn out in barrier number 7 here. He's been blessed with some good draws throughout Class 4 recently, 5th behind Colonel, and had his chance here, Paul. He's going to appreciate the class drop, but he does have to carry 133 pounds. I'm prepared to watch him once in this grade first up.
I've got him in just on a minor line. I think this is probably his grade, and he has got a little bit of ability there, so I didn't want to completely rule him out.
OK, Tiger Lad and Vital Spring both placed here, Paul, and Tiger Lad's our early favourite.
Yeah, and he should get a nice run. I've definitely got him in there, and I've got Vital Spring as well. In fact, I've got this as my Quinella. I just thought Vital Spring is the Class 4 winner. His last race was a win was off 40 last season. He's down to a rating of 36. He's only won twice, this horse, but look, this looks his race. I don't think it's overly strong from barrier 3. He'll get his opportunity.
Funny you should say that, Paul. That's Mike Quinella too. Tiger Lad's early tactical speed can get him in the right spot as it normally does too in Class 5.
All right, speaking of speed, Mark, Fantastic Fabio certainly got a little bit of that. Gets the class drop where he's won in the past, but does get barrier 11.
He does. Zach is on, as Paul said, and he leads for home here at Happy Valley. Great Harvest just has a whitish trial and goes to the line under his own steam. Improved performance from Tiger Glare, although he was ridden up down the outside fence. And Whose Horse struggled from the corner, Paul?
Yeah, he did, didn't he? Look, I almost put the Great Harvest in. I thought it was a good win from him last time. He showed a little bit of speed. He was right on the cusp for me.
OK, so probably a few options here, but it is Tiger Lad who's still our favourite here, Paul.
Got him in for 2nd. I think Vital Spring, he's been quite consistent in the last couple of runs. A well-rated horse. I think he could win this from Tiger Lad. That's a Quinella for me, 5 to beat 11. Great Sun, he'll be going straight to the front. He's got the He's got the apprentice allowance as well. Don't know what a computer allowance would be. He's got the apprentice allowance as well, and Noble Man in there for 4, 5, 11, 3 and 1.
Computer says no. I'm going the same colour as Paul, but the other way around. Tiger Lad with his early speed. Joe Marira rides for Tony Millard. Vital Spring is super consistent. Well, Dragons beautifully drawn to capitalise on that early pace, and fantastic Fabio Purton. And yep, it's enough to put him in. 11-5, 6 and 2.
11 and 5, definitely my numbers as well. I've got Noble Man, though, on top with the class drop there for Antoine Hamelin.